in seeing people suffer. And that's one thing God didn't take. God did, when Darrell spoke to me 2 weeks ago, when he could still talk, he told me, Rick, I'm tired. And I knew when he said those words to me, it was a matter of time before I would have to get on a jet plane and head for Goodland, Kansas. But I do appreciate my uncle also having faith in me as his oldest nephew, to have the confidence in me as his oldest nephew, to ask me to do what I am doing today. I do not take that for granted, but you all know that. It's a great honor and a great privilege to do the best of my ability to help to comfort the family, because our uncle, my uncle, your dad, children, and Marilyn, as his wife, would only want us to have LPU. Love, peace, and unity. That would be his heart's request. That we all love one another as Christ loved him. You see, love, as the children shared in their little things about the academics, about him supporting them during their academics and their athletic achievements. There's a word involved in that, and it is L-O-V-E. Love. Love made your daddy be there before you got there for the athletic events. Love was there. He was there while you were participating, and he probably didn't leave that place until after you had left. Why? It's called love. The Bible says in the famous chapter in the Bible as far as L-O-V-E is 1 Corinthians chapter 13. The Bible says, if I speak in the tongues of men and angels, but have not love. Well, that means reasoning, intentional, spiritual devotion such as inspired by God's love. For such is in us. I would only be nothing more than a gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had the great abilities, with prophetic powers to and understand all the secret truths and mysteries of what possess all knowledge, but if I have not love and faith that it could remove mountains, but if I have not love, I am nothing. Even if I dole out all of my goods to the poor, surrender my body to be burned, in order that I may receive glory, but have not love, I gain zero. That tells you love is an action word. I can say I love you, but if you don't prove it, because love takes actions. You can go, brothers here, husbands here, if you tell your wife, I love you, there has to be actions. behind that. And that's what Daryl did for you. That's what Daryl did for Marilyn. That's what Daryl did for you nephews, nieces, cousins, and whatever, grandchildren. Was L-O-V-E. Love. Because this love endures long. This love is kind and patient. This love never envies nobody, nor boils over with any type of jealousy. It is never boastful or have a vainglory. And it does not possess itself heartily. You see, it is not conceited. That means you arrogant and inflated with pride. It is never rude. And it does not act unbecomingly. Because love does not insist on its own rights or its own ways. For it is not self-seeking. It is not touchy. It is not fretful. And it is not resentful. It takes no account of the evil that has been done to it. It does not rejoice in injustice or unrighteousness, but rather rejoice when things are right and truth prevail. You see, this love bears under anything under anything and everything that comes its way. It is ever to believe the best of every person. Although we may not have been, I may not have been a perfect child or perfect nephew, I don't think anybody sitting in this building has got angel wings on your backbone.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, you don't need to be in here.
It is.
But every one of us has made mistakes in our lives. But we still love, Daryl still love you in spite of it all.
Oh my gosh.
It is ever ready to believe the best of every person. It hopes and fails under all circumstances.
I know, but he keeps jumping. He keeps getting
and
scared.
Everything. You see, this love never fails or never becomes obsolete. As for the things I mentioned earlier, prophecy, speaking in tongues, so forth, so on, there will be a day of ceasing. But love is eternal.
Oh my God.
For our knowledge is fragmentary.
Oh my gosh.
And our prophecy is fragmentary also. But when the complete one and perfect comes, talking about Jesus Christ, the incomplete and the imperfect will what? Vanish away.
Somebody needs to stand up and say thank you, Ricky, so much. Jacob, if you would lead us in the closing prayer.
You see, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I reasoned like a child.
He's got balls of steel.
Now that I became a man, I've done away with my childish ways. And I put them aside. Because you are looking through a mirror as dim, and a reflection that is blurry. But then we shall see in reality and face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know and understand fully and clearly, even the same manner as I have been fully and clearly known and understood. And as for faith, hope, and love, faith is your convictions and your belief in respect to man's relationship to God